Philippine culture is like a mosaic with each individual tile representing a community and anyone that identifies within the diaspora. All together, each tile makes up the beautiful artwork that is the Philippine culture. Each one of us represents a tile on that artwork, and I want to show off that image that we make together to the neighboring communities, not only here in USF, but to the greater San Francisco area. Our tiles don't only apply to us here. They apply to the indigenous people in the Philippines, fighting every day to preserve their own culture and heritage and for their voices to be heard. They apply to the many people under the Philippine diaspora who are in different stages of learning more about Philippine culture, whether they are just beginning to or if they have already immersed themselves into educating themselves about Philippine culture. They apply to the ancestors who have sacrificed their lives to preserve the beauty and richness of Philippine culture that we are privileged to show through our hard work in Philippine Cultural Night. And they apply to each and every one of us who show the passion and strive to learn more about the unfiltered aspect of Philippine culture. As cultural director, I want to serve as your fellow supporter and mentor for y'all when embarking on your journey towards cultural education. We all start somewhere, and I want to serve as your opportunity to learn more and grow in depth with learning Philippine culture. I want to strengthen our ties with Barangal Dance Company and American Center of Philippine Arts to give membership the opportunities to become familiar with the performing arts aspect of cultural education. By further encouraging membership to support these organizations to participation, we can help build those connections with Kasamahan along with Barangal and ECPA. But cultural education does not only mean learning your dance or even performing at PCN. It means recognizing the unfiltered aspects of what Philippine culture is and how it has progressed from pre-colonialization to globalization. I want to be able to work with Cultural Committee in collaboration with the Yuchenko Philippine Studies Program, alumni, and YPSP professors to do a year-long cultural education workshop that emphasizes cultural education beyond the classroom. Learning about culture does not have to be within the classroom. It starts here with our community. I also want to closely collaborate with community and political affairs co-directors to further collaborate with outside activist organizations such as Kabataan Alliance and NC-PALSA to help general members become educated on how politics and culture are interwoven and affect our kapwa that fall under the Philippine diaspora. Whether you identify as indigenous peoples of the Philippines, Filipino AX, or if you consider yourself the allies of the Philippines, giving this opportunity to membership serves as a big first step to enriching and expanding the meaning of cultural education beyond the performing and visual arts aspect of Philippine culture and to become interconnected with many communities that fall within the cultural political sphere. When planning this year's PCN, there are many in-depth conversations that have appeared throughout the planning process. Whether it be conversations in regards to cultural appropriation versus appreciation, or any communication or logistical obstacles. But with the extensive knowledge and resources that I have gathered throughout my 2 years on Cultural Committee, as well as being a PCN lead myself, I have further prepared myself with a game plan of how to approach each obstacle efficiently and timely as possible. I want to give co-chairs and interns the opportunity to help head and be present in each aspect of PCN to ensure needs are addressed and accounted for when maintaining the trail of communication between cast members, PCN leads, as well as Cultural Committee and Executive Board. With that being said, implementing weekly check-ins for all PCN leads gives us an opportunity to maintain a solid base of how to plan an event like Philippine Culture Night and give Cultural Committee and Executive Board the proper resources to deal with the logistics in regard to show order and time management of creating a production. With the 50th year anniversary of Kasamahan's Philippine Culture Night being on the horizon of next year, I vow not to only use my resources and past experiences to my benefit when planning a grand event as such, but to also make this event unique and grand to our fellow Kasama's vision, whether it be current members or alumni. Working together with Director of Alumni and Outreach, as well as the 50th Anniversary Committee, will help ensure that alumni voices are being heard when creating the show that will represent not only Kasamahan's past, to the fullest extent, but that will influence the future of Kasamahan.
Right.
With that being said, let's create this mosaic piece together and show our community and future generation what Philippine culture is all about. Thank you.